Hi guys, it's Weston here. So today we're going to be reviewing the RockJaw Hydra V2 earphones. So before I start, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to RockJaw for sending these out to review. Now, before I start the review, I'd just like to say that there will be an announcement at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. So now let's proceed with the review. So now onto the design, and they're very nice, these earphones. So the housing is brown, a really nice earthy brown, but it's also metallic as well, so it's really nice, and it catches the sunlight really nicely as well, so it's got a nice little glimmer to it there. On the housing you'll see 3 silver bands, so this goes all the way around and is just a nice accent piece. On the top of the earphones you'll see the RockJaw logo. And if you look closer, I don't know if you'll actually be able to see it, but there is sort of a ridged effect in the actual housing as well. It's very fine, it feels very nice to the touch, but you might not be able to see it. So the housing is a very nice premium metal, and it just feels really nice quality, really well made and really robust. Looking around on the back of the housing you can see another little accent piece there, which again just sort of ties in with the rest of the theme of the earphones. Going down a little bit more and you've got your left and right indicator. So this is finished off in white, so it's really easy to see against the brown. Going down onto the cable and you can see it's sort of a braided effect cable, which is quite odd, but very nice as well. It is finished off in plastic, which isn't the nicest quality feeling, and it does feel a little bit cheap, but I think it's going to be robust in the long run. Going down a little bit more, you've got a controller. So this is just a microphone controller. So obviously you're not going to get any functionality apart from being able to answer calls. A little bit of a shame, but it does mean that they're universal. So going down a little bit more, you've just got the cable divider. So this again is finished off in plastic, and there's nothing really much to say about that. Going down onto the 3.5mm jack, and it is an L-shaped connector. Again finished off in plastic, a little bit nicer quality than the actual cable finish itself. It feels robust, the connection is very nice and solid as well, so I don't think there's going to be any issues there. Build quality is very impressive. Like I said, the housing is all metal. They're not overly heavy either, which is very nice, and considering they are a metal construction, I was expecting them to be much heavier than what they are. Like I said, all the connections and stuff feel very robust as well, so there isn't any issues there. So that's the connection on the 3.5mm jack. The interconnectors into your actual housing, and on the controller as well, all feels very robust and solid there. So now we get on to comfort, and these earphones come with 4 sets of silicone tips, so you get extra small, small, medium and large, so depending on what size you need, you're pretty much covered there. You can always get aftermarket ones as well if you don't like these ones. The ones included though are very soft, very squishy, and they just feel quite nice in the ear. They don't rub or chafe or anything like that, which is very nice. However, for me, I didn't find them overly comfortable. I prefer a design like the Sennheisers I've just recently viewed. They just seem to fit a little bit nicer in my ears than these do. But like I said, I'm quite awkward when it comes to earphones, so you'll probably find your experience differs there. Isolation and leak is again pretty impressive, so it's not the best I've ever experienced, but they do a decent job at isolating you from the outside environment, and they also don't leak too bad either. It's only when you push them really high that it starts leaking sound, and on public transport it might become noticeable. Keeping it at moderate listening levels, which is what you'd have it on anyway, they're pretty much there. So we'll just quickly cover a couple of specifications. So we've got a 20 to 20,000 Hertz frequency response, a sensitivity of 110 decibels, they're 16 ohms, which means they're really easy to drive off your mobile phone. The cable length is 1.2 meters. They do have a universal controller, which I've mentioned already, and they have an included microphone as well as to be used for calls. Right, so now we get on to the sound, and we'll start off with the bass. Now the bass is very deep, it's very sort of potent as well, it's quite a strong bass. It's not the most detailed or clear I've ever heard, but if you like your bassy genres of music, then these are a great companion for that. It is a little bit too intrusive into the mid-range for my liking, and it does sort of creep in there where it shouldn't really necessarily be found. So, but like I said, if you like your bassy genres of music, like your drum and bass and stuff like that, then these work great for that. So speaking of the mid-range, like I said, it does get a little bit sort of squashed and closed in by the bass. Now, a little boost in your EQ will help this, but straight out of the box, it's not the best sound. You do have to really listen to pick out the details in the song, so like your instruments and stuff like that are really sort of closed in and really hard to hear. But like I said, a EQ tweak will definitely sort that out. Now we got into the vocals, and again, these are a really potent vocal. Now I do like a strong vocal, but this even for me was a little bit too sort of forward. They're very clear though, and they sound very nice. It's just that and the strong bass, there was just too much there. There wasn't enough mid-range for my liking, which if you've seen my videos before, you know I like a really sort of strong overall sound. So you decent bass, strong mids, strong vocals with slightly subdued highs. These take a little bit of tweaking to get there, but it is possible to do it. Now we got onto the highs, and like I said, these are quite subdued. They sort of just sit right at the back and you just can't really hear them. So like I said, if you like to hear your highs in your music, then you will have to obviously tweak your EQ. So my recommendation would be to tweak the mid-range and to tweak the high frequencies as well. And that will just give you a little bit more boost there. But like I said, straight out of the box, they're a little bit too bass and vocal heavy. Right, so the earphones, they're great. The design is very nice. They're very, very well made. The sound takes a little bit of tweaking to get the most out of it. They're not the most comfortable earphones I've ever encountered either, but that is just my experience, and they probably will be different for you guys because everyone's ears are designed differently. Now to the announcement. If you've not seen already, I am running a giveaway on my channel, and I will be giving a pair of these away courtesy of RockJaw. So if you want to enter the competition to win a pair of these, I will link that down in the description. So that is it guys, that is my review. Like I said, if you want to win a pair of these, check the giveaway link down in the description for a chance to win a pair. So that is it guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on the very next video.